Yeah. I'd like to welcome everybody to my podcast. I am your gracious host, Jupiter 9. And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to this podcast show. I really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate the support, man. But today we're gonna talk about a book I read that I really like. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna just get right into it. Everybody read, a lot of people have read, not everybody, but a lot of people have read the 48 Laws of Power. You know what I'm saying? And this book I'm about to talk about is sort of based off that book, but not really. You know what I mean? I wasn't really a big fan of the 48 Laws of Power because it was on principles that I'm not cool with. It's not principles that I practice. You know what I'm saying? And basically, 48 Laws of Power is about how to mentally get over on people. You know what I'm saying? And how people try to get over you mentally. Now that part, I took and just digested it. But the book overall was about how to, get over in people. And that's not just my vibe, man. But today I want to talk about a book, that I read. It's called The 48 Laws of Black Empowerment. Now, this book is very important for melanated people. You know what I'm saying? I think that we are off track, way off track. We have lost ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Not just ourselves, but we have lost our way personally, community-wise, you know what I'm saying, and economically. You know what I'm saying? We have just completely lost our minds, man. And a lot of our people are dealing with mental illness, man, and they don't really think they have mental illness. And, a lot of us, cover that up with smoking weed and getting high all day. I'm not saying we all do. We all don't do that, you know what I mean? But a lot of us have mental illness, man. And, the way we treat our family, the way we treat our children, and we're absent out of their lives, the way we treat our women, you know what I mean? That is a mental illness, you know what I'm saying? Because if you treat your queen that way, you know what I'm saying, you'll treat your moms that way, all the women in your family the same way. If you treat your queen like crap, then you're a type of person who will treat your moms like crap and your aunts like crap and your daughters, all the women in your family, you have no respect for it. You know what I'm saying? And we got to get back on track, and vice versa. And women too, they have no respect for the men that, stand on all 10 toes and do what they got to do. And they take care of their responsibilities. They disrespect them on a regular, you know what I'm saying? And we're off balance on both sides. There's no one side better. There's no one side worse. Both sides are effed up, man. I'm just gonna keep it all the way funky, and we need to get back on track, man. And I believe reading, if you guys, it's a short read, you know what I'm saying? You can knock this book out in probably an hour, at the hour tops, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to read some of the laws, you know what I mean, that I think are very important, you know what I mean, to our, not only our personal health, but community-wise and family-wise, you know what I'm saying? I think that's where we struggle the most at this current time and day and age, you heard? So we're going to get right into it, man. I'm going to read a little bit of some of the book that I think that would be beneficial to us. I'm going to start off with, let's see here. Number 11. I'm going to start with number 11, and this is from the beginning of the book, personal. We're going to start off with number 11. And number 11 is know your worth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't know their worth. People don't understand how amazing they are, how intelligent they are, you know what I'm saying? And they let society beat them down to make them feel like nothing, or they let their significant other, if they're in a mentally abusive relationship, they let them beat them down to a pulp mentally, you know what I'm saying? So know your worth, man. Even, if you're working a 9-to-5, know your worth, because a lot of these jobs will take advantage of the fact that, you don't know your worth, you know what I'm saying? And you are paid less because of you don't know your worth. You know what I mean? So know your worth, man. I'm gonna read Know Your Worth number 11, man. One of my favorite stories is how Master P turned down $1 million offer because he knew that if he was being offered $1 million, he was worth a lot more. Our entertainers are often lowballed in their contracts because those companies understand our worth. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Look at the situation with Kanye West, with Adidas. You know what I mean? Kanye did what he did. And Kanye did that purposely. Everybody thought Kanye was crazy, but Kanye wanted out of that deal because he was in a messed up deal. And they were abusing them. You know what I'm saying? Not abusing them, but they were taking advantage of him. And what happened? A couple months later, not even, Adidas is crawling back. You know what I'm saying? We run this show when it comes to these corporations and the influence that we have on these corporations making millions and billions. We run this show when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? We influence the world. You know what I mean? And these corporations know that. But a lot of times, cats will take crumbs just to have some bread in their pocket. And I get it, but you have to stand strong. You know what I'm saying? Stand strong and, know your worth, man. Because if you don't know your worth, they can smell that on you. They can read that on you if you don't know your worth. Know who you are, man. Know what I'm saying? So you in a situation where you're going to a bidding war and for a record deal, know your worth, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't take the crumbs. You know what I mean? Because hell, if they're gonna give you $1 million, you're probably worth 20 million. You know what I mean? Straight like that. So, okay, where did I leave off? Our entertainers are often lowballed in their contracts because those companies understand our worth. Because of our experience, we often undervalue ourselves if it seems like the opportunity being president can change our situation for the better. If you're currently a 9 to 5 working, set a realistic minimum hourly amount that you want to get. If you own a business, figure out how much you want to make and make it happen. If you're an entertainer and you're being offered 15% and you can match that on your own with that, they either don't have faith in your ability or they don't want you to succeed. Either way, that person is not in your... Wait a minute, did I mess up? Hold on. Sorry, guys. I skipped the whole page. Okay. Sorry. If you're an entertainer and you're being offered 15% and you can match that on your own with 1/6 of the fans, go independent and cut out the middleman completely. Don't sign anything or accept any job that undervalues you. That's how they've been getting rich off of us since the beginning. It is the same mentality that prevents them from paying reparations to us while they pay them to everyone else they've done wrong. They know our worth, but don't want to pay us what we are worth. Facts, man. Get your worth. Know who you are. Know what I'm saying? I'm going to read another one, man. Let's see. Let's go with this one. Don't let people kill your dreams. I talk about this all the time. Number 13. Our ability to dream is what pushes us to be more than what we are. Unfortunately, there are haters in the world that try to kill our dreams just because we impress them. When I use the term hater, I'm not using it in a general popular overuse of the word to describe anyone that doesn't like you. But in a more specific way, when a person tells you that you can't do something or try to discourage you, it means, I keep skipping over, that they either don't have faith in your ability or they don't want you to succeed. Either way, that person is not in your corner and you need to get rid of them, regardless of who they are. Allowing these people to remain around us or have access to us will ultimately bring us down and prevent us from achieving our goals. They will badmouth you to others, leak information about you for money, and anything else they can do to sabotage you in the long run. Let these people watch you succeed at a distance. Facts, man. People who not down for you, man, listen, you better get rid of them. Because when stuff start popping off and you getting bread, don't trust them. It will set you up. Look at Pop Smoke. You know what I mean? Allegedly, I believe that was a setup. But that's just my opinion. Let's see. That's another good one. Change your mentality. That's another one. At some point, the phrase "that's not how I was raised" and "that's just how I was raised" need to be done away with. These are just commonly accepted excuses for not taking accountability for our choices. People do this all the time. Relationships, you know what I'm saying? Anything going on financially. You don't have a job, or you can't find a job. Excuses. Another excuse is white man holding you back. A lot of people use that. That's an excuse. You know what I'm saying? I never use none of that. Okay, I'm willing to bet that the majority of us were not raised to drink or do drugs and make babies before marriage, but we still managed to overcome our unbrightening and get it done anyway. Our upbringing and environment only influence our outcome so much. It's more about mentality than circumstance. One person may be told you'll never make it as a comedian, and they believe it. Another kid will get told the same thing, and they'll think to themselves, "I'm going to prove you wrong and rub it in your face." Yeah, I was that kid, man. You know what I'm saying? People used to tell me, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that," and man, I will make it happen and get it done and be like, "Yeah, I thought you said I couldn't do it." I'm that type of person, man. Word. There are probably deeper psychological reasons as to why they develop a different mentality, but how they choose to think is more important than how they were raised. It's not about how you raised, man. It's your mentality, man. You know what I'm saying? It's your mentality. It's like, how bad do you want it? You know what I'm saying? Look around you. If you're in a messed up situation right now, look around you. Do you want to continue to live like that the rest of your life? You know what I'm saying? Paycheck to paycheck. And it's just getting worse. With inflation and all that good stuff, it's just getting worse. And your paycheck is getting smaller and smaller. You're not getting no more money in your paycheck. They're not raising minimum wage to an amount to where, it coincides with inflation. You got to work 2.5, 3 jobs just to get by. When you gonna say enough is enough? Okay, now we're gonna get into a section of, it's called family. I think this is where we need to improve. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start off with, let's see here. Let's see. We're gonna support the black family dynamic. Number 15. Our culture is obsessed with being independent, to the point that the term is overused and misused. I refer to myself as an independent author, but in reality, I depend on a company to print my books, package my books, and ship my books. This makes me independent. Interdependent is what we all are. Independent musician depends on their team of people to help them succeed. Independent filmmakers depend on actors to bring their project to life on the screen. So we're really not independent. You know what I'm saying? We really relying on somebody to help us get our message across, whatever we're doing. I'm not independent. You know what I'm saying? I'm using ACAST in order to get my message across to the world. You know what I mean? So we're not really independent. We might be independent, like mentally, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But really, are we independent? No, we're not independent. You know what I mean? It is the myth of independence that has led to a glamorization of single parents. We glorify being a baby mama or a single mother or over being a wife. Facts. See it all the time on TV. Maury, you know, it's crazy. We glorify being a baby daddy. Facts. Or single father over being a husband. Facts. Back in my grandparents' time, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was the thing to get married. You know, they cherished marriage. You know what I'm saying? Ups and downs, no matter what happened, they stayed together. You know what I'm saying? And I think we struggle with that as a group of people. We struggle with that. We throw divorce parties as if that's something to be proud of. To incentivize this, the welfare system often pays out more money to black women without a man living in their home. If they can't get more money without the fathers in the house, what do they need the father for? They could just as easily offer an incentive to keep the family together, but that wasn't the agenda. This was purposely done to tear apart the black family. This isn't said to blame the black woman, but it was a very real and strategic move by the U.S. government to destroy the black dynamic. I would have to agree with some of that, you know what I'm saying? I would have to agree with some of that. And all that stuff, you know, being on public assistance, that's all a trap, man. I believe I said this in previous podcasts that, you know, it's a crutch. You know what I'm saying? You do not want to stay on that for a lifetime. You know, you want to find your way, you know, out of that some kind of way. Figure it out. Like, don't stay on that because it's a crutch. You know, that's just why a lot of women screaming, I don't need a man because of that. You know, if that wasn't around, women wouldn't be screaming, I don't need a man. They would not be screaming that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, because they would have to rely on a man to help, you know what I'm saying? Help them out. But you wouldn't be screaming at it if you didn't have public assistance and all that, you know what I'm saying? That's just silly anyway. To be screaming, I don't need a man is the silliest thing ever. We need each other, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we need each other, you know, and because that's all we have. Honestly, we only got each other, you know what I mean? You need each other, man. Okay, we're going to go into number 16. And I'm just reading like little snippets, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want this book, you can get this book on Amazon. It's called The 48 Laws of Black Empowerment. Choose your family wisely. As we get older, we become more selective about who we deal with in our personal life. Sometimes we make friends that become closer than blood relatives. Facts. And sometimes blood relatives aren't the kind of people we choose to be around. However, your family dynamic is made up of close people that root for you to succeed. If someone is trying to hold you back, discourage you, or doesn't believe in you, remove that person from your inner circle. We need to shake the belief that blood relations give our family the right to say and do whatever they want to negatively affect us, and we just have to deal with it. We don't, and we shouldn't. Facts. It don't matter who it is, blood relative, friend, best friend. If somebody's not rooting for you, somebody's, you know, got negative ills about you, man, cut them off. Cut them off. You don't want that energy in your circle, man. You know what I'm saying? You want that energy in your circle for people who truly got mad love for you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of energy you want. You don't want nobody that, you know, secretly can't stand your guts around you, family or not. You know what I'm saying? I had to deal with that, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? With family. I cut them off. Just like that. I cut them off. I don't care. I don't have to talk to you for a lifetime. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I know you don't rock with me, and you fronting like you do, but you really don't. I got family like that. And cut them off. Cut them off. I'm not dealing with you no more. Straight up. Let's see, what else, man? Okay, number 17 is pretty cool. Show up for our people. The world is against us. So whenever our people accomplish something, we need to show up and support. We may not make every event, but we should strive to support them as much as possible, especially if we expect them to support us when we accomplish something great. It doesn't matter if your cousin just dropped a country music album and you hate everything about country. Show up anyway and support their dreams. Once we show up, we need to take it a step further if the situation allows. If they just released an album, book, or movie, help them by sharing it on social media. Help work a table to sell stuff or whatever it takes. Be their biggest support so that when your moment comes, they'll hopefully do the same for you. That one's kind of tricky, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you can help out somebody in the beginning of their, music career or, any type of thing they're trying to do where they are in front of a lot of people. Sometimes people can let the success get to their head and they forget about who, helped them on their way up. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z has done it to people, 50 has done it to people. People had helped these cats on the way up, and then once they got to a certain position, they forgot about people who helped them on their way up. And I can understand, like, some people you have to cut off, true, but some of these people that they cut off, it was just like, why did they cut them off? Because it was a positive in their life, you know what I'm saying? But, I get it that you do have to cut some people off. You can't keep the original circle around you when you first started, like Nas. When Nas first came out, he had 100 people around him at all times. That was from his hood. But as you get older, your circle has to shrink. I get that, but you have to be careful with that one, though. I think, me personally, and this is my personal opinion, because you gotta do that for somebody who's generally, if stuff blow off or stuff pop, that they got you when, they didn't forget about you. You know what I'm saying? It's not always looking for something from them if they do pop. It's just like, it's just the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? You held them down, you looked out, you took time out of your life to, support, you know what I'm saying? It should be vice versa. You know what I mean? Just be careful with that one, though. I understand where they're going with it, but I would be careful with that one. Now, the next section is business and finance, man. This is the section that we definitely got to get to it, man. Number 18, be financially conscious. The first step in reaching any financial goals we have is to be financially conscious. Yes. I agree, man. That means we need to know when money is coming in and how much money is coming in, how much money is going back out, and how much we're keeping at the end of every month. Understanding the cycle of how we spend money will help us plug any leaks to our income. Okay, then he's got a list. It's like, create a list of your monthly expenses. 1, subtract those expenses from what you bring in every month. Asset liability. How much do you have left? Sort of like a balance sheet. If the amount of money you should have left doesn't match the amount of your money that you have available to you, go back to your expense list and figure out what you missed. In addition to knowing where your money is going, we also need to be aware of who we're spending our money with. We should try to spend money with people that look like us and live in our communities. Facts. Before spending with everyone else. Facts. Spend with each other first. Facts. I was reading something that the black dollar stays in the community only 6 hours, and the white dollar stays in their community 17 days. The Asian dollar stays in their community like 30 days. But we were the fastest out of everybody. The Mexican, I think it was like 20-something hours or something like that. I don't remember. But we were 6 hours and our dollar is out of our community. We need to spend with people that look like us in our community first before we support anybody else. Facts. Facts, 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 facts. Let's see. People we spend our money with turn around and spend our money in their own communities with people that look like them. The businesses in our community slowly die out. Facts. This is one. When spend more money outside of our neighborhoods, following these happens. This is what happens when we spend more money outside of our neighborhoods. The following happens. So people we spend our money with turn around and spend our money in their own communities with people that look like them. The businesses in our neighborhoods slowly die out. Empty shopping centers are worthless and bring down property value. People that don't look like us buy up our neighborhoods for a cheaper price and begin gentrifying it. That's what's going on in New York City. And it's going on in Buffalo too. Starting to go on in Buffalo. Gentrification eventually raises the property value higher than it originally was, forcing rent higher. With higher rents, we can no longer afford to live in our own communities. Facts. Okay. So that was number 18. Okay, now we're going to go into number 19. Be credit conscious. Credit is queen, money is king, credit is queen. So we're going to go into it. According to the stereotype, black people have bad credit, but we don't have to succumb to this stereotype. Understanding how credit works is important if you plan to start a business or buy property in your own name. One of the best resources available can be found online for free. www.creditboards.com. You don't want property in your own name. I just found that out. You don't want anything in your name, property, anything like that. You want it in a trust. And I'm learning how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to put things in a trust. You want everything in a trust. You don't want anything in your name. What did the Rockefellers say? Control everything, own nothing. So things need to go in the trust, not your name. Continue on. So learn how to put your property and everything, your vehicles, everything in a trust. Private trust, I think it's called. Good and bad news aren't based on skin color. They're actually based on debt and loan rations and paying our bills on time. There are other facts such as length of credit history, but that will work itself out as long as we stay on top of the other two factors. Having good credit will help you if you ever want to get loans for real estate, get a loan to start a business, lower your interest rates so you can pay less for loans. While you're on the road to good credit, don't fall for the shortcuts. There are people that will claim to be able to fix your credit, but many of them are just preying on the lack of knowledge. Be careful of who you hand your money over to. Yeah, all these people talking about they can fix your credit, don't fall for it. You can fix it yourself. Actually, I'm working on my Queen's credit right now. You know what I'm saying? You can get the letters and all that. A lot of letters you can get online, man. You know what I'm saying? You can fix it yourself. You don't need nobody. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube where you can watch on how to fix your credit. You know what I mean? So, here go a quote from Jay-Z. You want to know what's more important than throwing away money at the strip club? Credit, Jay-Z. So, embrace entrepreneurship. We should all aspire to own our own businesses so that we don't have to answer to people that don't look like us. I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not just that, just answer to anybody. You know what I'm saying? But I think I stressed this in a podcast. Like, I never worked for somebody that looked like me. It's always been Caucasian, whether it was a woman or man. Is it wrong? No, but is it a problem? Yes, it needs to be more diverse. You know what I'm saying? I never worked for an East Indian. I never worked for an Asian. I never worked for, like I said, a Mexican. I never worked for Hispanic, Latino. I never worked for, a Haitian. I never worked for a Jamaican. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it needs to be more diverse. Like, every job I've ever had, I've been hired by Caucasian women or men. You know what I'm saying? It just needs to be more diverse. That's what I think what all people are asking for, more diversity. More diversity in the movies, more diversity in, TV shows, more diversity. It's not about all being one-sided. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is need to be more diversity. You know what I'm saying? Need to see more actors than the typical, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never seen a Native American actor. I've never seen an East Indian actor. I've never seen, if you see very few Asian actors, very few, you know what I mean? Just need to be more diversity because everybody is talented, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is talented. Number 20, embrace entrepreneurship. Did I just read this? We should all aspire to own our own business so we don't have to, yeah. Not only that, we can hire people that look like us and start to solve our own unemployment rate. We don't need government assistance to do something that we're more than capable of doing. We got the bread, and it's not about we don't have the economic money. We got the bread. You know what I'm saying? We just do foolishness with our money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start thinking about your kids and setting them up. You know what I'm saying? Financially. Something happened to you. Are they set up? Do you have life insurance? Do you have a trust? Do you have all these things in place? You know what I'm saying? That can, feed your bloodline for a lifetime. These are things the Rockefellers and stuff do. They have trust in place for the family. You know what I'm saying? Where the family get a percentage of their death benefit, and the trust pays itself over and over and over. So none of their family members have to work for anybody ever. The trust pays each generation. You know what I mean? You got to start learning how to do this stuff. For only $12, anyone can set up their own website, blog, and monetize it. Websites and blogs are the digital equivalent to a storefront, but with less risk and more reward. Facts. I have a blog. It's being monetized right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got great content. You can monetize it. Platforms like TikTok, you can be monetizing your content. You can do them all. You can do YouTube. You can get monetized on YouTube, TikTok. A lot of these platforms are where you can, you got enough views and stuff you can monetize. You know what I'm saying? Anchor.com is another one. All these platforms, if you got a huge following, you get a lot of listens, you can get monetized. So, WordPress is the best content management system available, and it's free. WordPress is free. You don't have to pay for nothing. Now, if you want to get your blog monetized on WordPress, you have to pay a year or monthly. You pay a little bit more monthly, but a year it costs me, I think a year is like a little over $100, like $109, and then you can have the monetization. If you get a lot of traffic to your blog already, you pay that $109, and then you start making money with it. And, you might, once you make $109, everything else is profit from your blog. You know what I'm saying? So they recently had a special running to where I just upgraded my blog and I got 2 years for $85. So I got 2 years of monetization on my blog, and I got 2 years to recoup that $85. And then anything else after that $85 is all profit in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. So that's the way you got to start thinking. You know what I mean? Investing in yourself. Affiliate programs pay out a commission if you send customers to their site, which means you don't have to purchase any inventory or store space. Affiliate marketing is another one too you guys should look into. Google will pay you to run ads on your site through their AdSense program. Facts. It's a little bit more difficult to get Google AdSense on your blog. You know what I'm saying? You got to get it approved. It's kind of difficult, but they got videos on YouTube how to get quickly approved to get Google AdSense on your site. You know what I'm saying? So there's no excuses. There's no excuses. There's none. There's zero excuses today. I don't want to hear about the man is holding me down. None of that crap. There's no excuses, guys. None. We're gonna go into let's see. This is let's see. Number 21, man. Create generational wealth. I'll talk about this too. We can talk about generational wealth, but the majority of us don't know how to create it. This is why we need to educate ourselves on the different types of income. I stress this all the time, guys. Pay for the time. You get an hour rate or salary. Once you stop working, you stop getting paid. Okay, this is why we need to educate it. Pay for time. Okay, you're talking about job. Okay, pay for time. You get an hourly rate or salary once you stop working. You stop getting paid. That's one. Passive income is the one you want, where you just passively make an income. You do the work one time. You know what I'm saying? That is the beauty of the internet. You can get passive income, and you just sitting there chilling, collecting. Know what I mean? Passive income, money that can be made while you sleep or go out with your friends. Residual income. This is income based on renting housing units, dividends from, that's what I was trying to say. Dividends from stock. Stock investments, from stock investment, offer subscription service. Yeah, so, and two books they refer, and two good books that are a great place to start are Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which I talk about all the time, and Cash Flow Quadrant is by the same guy, Robert Kiyosaki. I read both of them. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a better book. Cash Flow Quadrant is another good book. My aunt gave me that book before she passed, and that was a really good book too as well. Let's go on to the next one, guys. Number 22, man. That was 21, create generational wealth. Number 22, invest in real estate. There are some things we do as a culture that adds to the wealth gap in this country. Instead of putting pressure on our kids to move out at 18, we should encourage them to stay long enough to save up a down payment for a house or condo. Buying a house is cheaper than renting in most cases. Home ownership encourages long-term responsibility. Paying a mortgage on time proves credit. It is much harder to save for a down payment on a house while paying the landlord mortgage. We often make fun of how many Mexicans live in a house or ride in a car, but they do very well financially. Facts. But Mexicans get it, man. Mexicans here getting it, man. I see them building houses and all that. You know what I'm saying? People make fun of them all these Mexicans living in one spot. Man, they putting their money together and making stuff happen, man. And Mexicans work, man. You know what I mean? One guy on the internet said that the one thing, Mexicans work, but they really don't invest their money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they'll buy properties and fix them up, but they don't get into real estate. They don't get into stocks and stuff like that. He said that needs to change. They'll work, you know what I'm saying, but they really don't know what to do to the money after they, you know what I'm saying, work, usually. Sort of like us, man, but we're a lot worse. We're a lot worse, collectively. Many own their own businesses and houses because they have a tighter knit family unit than most black people homes. Facts. Some states offer down payment assistance, reimbursement, and others incentives for the first time home buyer. We need to familiarize ourselves with these programs and start taking advantage of them. Facts. Facts. Number 23. Invest in our children. We often think of investing in our children as saving up for their college education, but kids aim a lot higher these days. Here are some of the examples of investing in our children in the modern age. If your kid likes to entertain, dance, sing, etc., set the room up to film videos for YouTube so they can get paid for it. Facts. Yes. If your kid wants to write a children's book, get on Fiverr, learn how to self-publish, and make it happen. Facts. So many things you could be doing, man. That was number 23. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Because I'm going to read 2 more and I'm going to be done with it. And you guys can get this book, man. I'm just reading the ones that I think are most important. You know what I'm saying? Read every contract. Facts. Read every contract that you sign. Read it. Break it down. Get you a Black Laws dictionary. Break down all those words you don't know because it's all legalese. One of the biggest ways to get taken advantage of in business is not by reading contracts. We've all heard of the stories from entertainers, but it can happen in other industries as well. Always make sure you read your contracts for yourself and ask the following questions. What do they expect from you? What should you expect from them? What is the duration of the contract? How do you get out of the contract if necessary? After you read the contract for yourself, take it to an attorney not associated with the person or business you're thinking about signing a contract with. One of the best ways to understand something is to try it yourself. Get online, learn how to write the kind of contract you'll be dealing with. The process will help you become familiar with the terminology, and you will be able to identify if something doesn't look right in the fine print. Read your contracts. That was number 25. Number 26, learn how to invest. At the basic level, the concept of investing is straightforward. We put money at risk in hopes of making a small profit. The following are just a few ways you can invest your money. Stocks, bonds, REITs, funds, and crowd lending. Becoming a successful investor allows us to put our money to work for us, which increases our overall earning potential. Before choosing any kind of investment, we need to educate ourselves about what we plan to invest in. Minimum investment, time it takes to sell the asset, expected return on investment, ROI, how much risk it involves, tax implications. So that's learn to invest. And I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna do one more. Invest in yourself first. Facts. I talk about this all the time too. The best investment you can ever make is to invest in yourself. If you want to start a business, go to school, read books, watch YouTube. Didn't I just not talk about this? Or whatever it is you need to do to make it happen. The cold hard fact is that we can't expect other people to invest in us if we aren't willing to first invest in ourselves. Okay, and here goes some things. Invest the time to write out a 5-year plan. Invest the time to write a plan to achieve the goals in your 5-year plan. Invest the money to achieve goals in your 5-year plan. Investing in ourselves a little bit at a time eventually adds up. We don't need large sums of money to make life-changing investments. Facts. We just need time, patience, plan, and the willingness to bet on ourselves. If you want to record an album, start by recording 1 song per month. If you want to start a business, start by fixing your personal credit. If you want to be a professional athlete, start by training every day. Even if you don't see immediate results, they'll start to manifest as you get closer to reaching your 5-year goal. Culture importance. And then it's got one more, and then that's it. That's all I'm going to read from this book. Like I said, I didn't want to, ruin it for somebody who wants to read this book. I didn't want to read all of it, sit here and read all of it. You know what I'm saying? But the book is called, again, The 48 Laws of Power, 48 Laws of Black Empowerment. So if you're looking to read this book, I think you should, all melanated people should read this book. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the stuff that we struggle with today are in this book, and it will help you get started on your direction of financial freedom. You know what I'm saying? Give you a little bit of confidence too as well. Book didn't cost that much. But it's not always about the cost. It's about the information. And that's my take in this podcast episode. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and supporting me. Please share this with everybody. You know what I mean? But that's my take in this podcast episode. I am your gracious host, Jupiter 9, and I just want to say peace and love to everybody. Take care. One.